All right, Lucas Paqueta to Man City back on the cards. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? We are talking Lucas Paqueta, then Reignites, talking about Johan Cruyff, and then we're obviously going to be talking about Hato, explaining as to why amongst all clubs that we are interested in him, he chose one club known as Chelsea. Smash the like button, comment and share. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. And we're here to bring you the latest news and information about your latest. And I dedicate these Man City videos to the one and only Hero from LA, Hero, this video is all for you and all the City fans that really enjoy this channel. I know I take some long time without dropping a video about City, but I think I'm obviously going to be learning how to balance the boat as far as you people are really concerned. Now, let's obviously get into this story as we obviously try to mix and mingle with you, the people in here for you. Now, it's coming in through from Brazil and very credible source from Brazil. You understand? This is a source known as Get Global. They are really credible in Brazil. They break news about the national team. They have 6.5 million followers on X. And they've told us that Man City have sent word that Lucas Paqueta remains on their ladder, despite not having made an official approach for the midfielder. So, Lucas Paqueta has gone ahead to remain on the ladder of Man City. And that really explains a lot as to why most people, or Pep Guardiola, sees Reignites as a player who will be very important in his double pivot action, alongside a player known as Rodri. And Lucas Paqueta is one of those that Pep Guardiola dreams of really being a replacement of a player known as Kevin De Bruyne. Remember, they are supposed to sign this guy, I think last summer. Is it? I think last summer but one. Is it last summer but one? But there came in a case that was really put onto him that went ahead, obviously, engage himself into betting, and that is really, really, really forbidden in the game of football, especially if you are a person who really plays the beautiful game. And for Lucas Paqueta, it was not him. It was his brother who went ahead and obviously betted that he will get a yellow card, a red card, and in all those games, it really went ahead to happen that way, as his brother had gone ahead to obviously bet. You understand? So City were like, let's pull out a little bit from this guy and see how things will obviously pan out. And there were scares that Lucas Paqueta could be banned for 10 years without playing football again. But ever since then, nothing has never gone ahead to happen. And City's like, all right, maybe this is the right time for City to obviously come in through and put in a big shift altogether to sign this guy and reignite their interest in a player known as Lucas Paqueta. I tell you, Lucas Paqueta is really a very good player, and he's a number 10, and I think Pep Guardiola sees him as that player that come out and obviously change the narrative at Man City. And he wanted to bring him in when even Kevin De Bruyne was here, to be an understudy of Kevin De Bruyne, such that by the time Kevin De Bruyne left City, Lucas Paqueta would have gone ahead to obviously match the levels or the demands of Chelsea. But it never really went on, the demands of Man City, but never went on as planned. So the side of City is really working ahead to obviously bring in a player known as Lucas Paqueta. But Paqueta is really that expensive player. Why is he expensive? I think his release clause is close to 80 million euros, and I think City will look to obviously trigger it anytime from now. And this summer, we might see City going in for some players. And remember, City have registered some good amount of money from the FIFA Club World Cup, and That resulted into them doing the needful in the summer transfer window. They brought in 4 players during the summer transfer window. One of those was Reignites, Altri Nouri, Ryan Cheki, and the goalkeeper from Chelsea. Now, they are looking to strengthen the right back position, where Livramento is one of those they're really looking at. And the other guy goes by the names of Lucas Paqueta. So we wait and see how Lucas Paqueta deal progresses on. But from Brazil, and this player is Brazilian, Tier 1 source from Brazil indicates that they are still interested in signing Lucas Paqueta from the side of West Ham to obviously join the side of City. It will be a very massive signing for the side of Man City, and for the side of Brazil, it really speaks volumes, because if you really have one of your best players like Lucas Paqueta being managed by Pep Guardiola, you obviously understand that by the time he plays his first season at Man City and really comes to the end of the season, he would have gone ahead to obviously gate all the notes from Pep Guardiola that will obviously help Brazil thrive into the World Cup of 2026. So guys, that's it about Lucas Paqueta, and all in all, it's really great for the guy. Now, after Lucas Paqueta, let's obviously get to another City story. Reignites, Reignites is one of those that is being looked as a number 10 at Man City, but when Paqueta comes in through, I know it will be a different story altogether. The manager might obviously call in for... The manager might obviously call in for one thing, and that one thing is all about Reignites playing the double pivot with Rodri, Ika Gundogan, and Paqueta going straight into the number 10 position. Now, Reignites was asked about Johan Cruyff. He said he's one of the greatest players the Netherlands has ever produced, and what he left behind, you can still see it on the football pitch, and you can also see it here at Man City. By the way, the grandfather of tiki-taka is Johan Cruyff. He transformed everything, and this is where it has gone ahead to lead the football levels, and they're really doing great, and he's really a legend. And Reignites is at City, and he's being managed by a manager, I think, who was one of those that also got inspired by Johan Cruyff, and he really coaches that tiki-taka kind of football. I'm talking about Pep Guardiola. Reignites signed for Man City from AC Milan for, I think, 70 plus million euros, and he is now a City player. He really featured predominantly into the FIFA Club World Cup, and I tell you what, City is one of the forces to reckon with in this upcoming Premier League and Champions League competition. They're really good, and we wait to see how things really pan out for them. But I tip them to obviously do the needful. I think by the end of this week, I'll obviously come through with my predictions, right? And I pray to it that players like Isak would have gone ahead to cross from Newcastle to Liverpool, because there are some predictions I'm going to make depending on certain players and how they've gone ahead to join their respective clubs. That is it. So I beg that the side of City gets in Paqueta, Liverpool gets in Isak, maybe Arsenal gets in Eze, United gets in a midfielder. Then I'll come up with what we call a perfect analysis of the games that you people will obviously watch, and you'll obviously see whether I was right or wrong. Now, leaving that, let's go to Jorrel Hato, who was unveiled as a Chelsea player yesterday. Big question asked about him choosing Chelsea over other teams, because Arsenal and very many others were interested in the player. He says, I think I'll be a good fit for the way Chelsea are playing. So I was sure about taking my step to Chelsea. For sure, it was a big decision. I played 7 years at Ajax, and for me, it was home. The people, the players, the coaches, the culture. So, we are talking about Jorrel Hato. You understand? So, Jorrel Hato is a very good player, and he thinks that he'll fit into that Chelsea side. And that's what you're waiting to see, whether he'll fit there in the Chelsea side, and everything will obviously go on as planned. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. This is another video about Lucas Paqueta, Man City, back for him. I don't know what you think about it. Has City gone ahead to make the right decision? Yes or no? And also, I call upon for your reactions as far as the following is really concerned. Rangers hailing Johan Cruyff, and Jorrel Hato has told us exactly why he chose Chelsea over other teams, that we are hugely interested in him. I sign out for now. See you later. Good morning. But don't forget to obviously subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So you people, I'm really waiting for your reactions, because I know they're obviously going to be very interesting. You know, the comment section is really one that really makes my days, and I'm a fan of the comment section on every platform, on YouTube, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, name it. You understand? And we are also active on TikTok. You can as well follow us at Rokani Media Football on TikTok. You can as well find us there, because we obviously do those short clips that we obviously think can obviously make your days better and better. Good night to those going to bed, and good morning to those that have gone ahead obviously just wake up right about now. Ciao, ciao.